Alright, it's been yet another week, give or take. I mean, really, at this point. What changed? Well, it's gotten cold, autumn. It's 4 p.m. where I am and it's fucking dark. It sucks. But then again, I like autumn. My weight has continued to drop. I'm at 144.6, which is, I had hoped to get to 150 by the end of the year, and it's early November at the time of this recording, and I'm already 5 below that, which is great. I had originally expected it would go up again a bit, because in the last week I've gotten, I somehow, somewhere caught a cold, which sucked. So I tried to tone it down, to not be outside and soaked in sweat twice a day. So I expected that my weight would go up a bit again. Expectable after all, but no. It stayed low, it stayed down. I'm quite glad about this. Probably it's also because, I only eat once. I try to cook less. I stay away from the sugar. It's just, the input that's reduced. So I guess that's really helping. I remember that last week, or rather in my last recording, I mentioned feeling off. And, I'm quite glad to say that that's gone away. It was this, this dread, like something's lurking behind me, just stress, something, I don't know. I felt mentally wrong, and then physically there was something off as well, and I had no hunger, no matter what. It was unsettling. I don't know what that was. Maybe it was just the early onset of disease, and when the cold hit, it went away again. Maybe it's something else, I don't know. But I'm glad to say that's gone as well. I've been doing some thinking again, and for the first time in a long time it didn't lead me down a bad path, where it ends with despair. But I've been thinking that maybe some of the things I believed were just maybe not even wrong, but not tempered, too radical, too extreme, too all-encompassing when I was thinking of, edge cases, and, I think it made me better, just a little bit, less vicious and more, compassionate. What else? On the 1st of October, I had this interview, right? Job interview. I mentioned it. An hour, terrible questions, I hated it. In that interview they mentioned 2 weeks, and then they would give me an answer. I've got that answer yesterday, so it's been over a full month. And what did I get? What answer? An automated email that said, "Oh yeah, thanks for your interest, but we've decided to go with another candidate." Which is, at least they've sent a rejection, but doesn't really make much sense considering that they also mentioned, I think it was 8 people. I think they said they have 8 positions open. And you're telling me I wasn't suitable for any of them, even just for a second talk? I do believe that they were looking, so it can only mean that, my lacking experience was such a death blow to that it was just an automatic instant rejection. But if that's the case, I have to wonder, why did they let me wait for a whole month? I mean, if it's a red flag that I don't have experience, which they would have obviously known from looking at my, CV, from my application. If they knew no experience would automatically disqualify me, why did they even bother to invite me to an interview? Because they didn't really ask technical questions. The most technical was, do you have experience? But, I mean, I had already written in the application that I don't. So, why? Well, anyway, that's a rejection. I mean, I already thought it didn't go well, but, I mean, an hour, and then they let me wait this long. Yeah. If I had another chance, I definitely wouldn't study computer science again. Maybe I would go in the direction of finance or something, but yeah. It's really, if you don't need a diploma, a university degree, then it's just honestly plain not worth going. Because getting 3 years of practical experience is just, well, I think it opens more doors, because this also great bachelor's degree doesn't really help me at all. I'm in the final stages of curing myself of this cure, I'm almost back to 100, so I'm glad that I can finally soon properly go out again, because the last few days I was just not tired again in the evening, and it's not insomnia, because I can sleep, I'm just not tired. And yeah, it's unpleasant. Either way, like I said, I'm down to 144.6. If things, even if it's just half a kilo a week, with 8 weeks, that's 4 kilos, I might just break the 140. That would be great. Back when I was, the lowest number I ever saw on my scale since I grew up and, had to take responsibility for this mess. The lowest weight I had seen was something around 138. And I'm getting there, I'm getting close. Maybe I'll break the 140 by this year, which would be great, because it would be another big milestone. But even if not, that's okay. Because, rushing it wouldn't help me. If it comes naturally, great. And if not, then not. But one way or another, I made progress. And that means you don't have any excuse to not make progress, no matter how small. Since I can do it, you can do it. And it's your life. So you owe yourself at least this much. Until next time.